Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet us on Mill because your Arizona State Sun Devils, they tucked in Lil Bro. They took the GCU Lopes to church. Bobby Hurley squad gets the job done, 87-76. Guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined as always by the blind mouse himself. We've got Captain Redbeard behind the Mac making all of the magic happen. Everybody in the chat already vibing because Arizona State got the job done. Erik, buckle up, grab a snack, grab a drink. We got a lot to get into tonight. My goodness. 3-1 to start the season.
Big.
First off, some big wins. GCU and Santa Clara all ready to start the year. Obviously, you wish you would have got that one over at the Kennel and beat Gonzaga. But Arizona State continues to get hot and is really building off of each and every performance offensively. Sun Devils, another 80-burger, 87 points tonight.
Huge.
Joson Sanon, Alston Mason, Adam Miller, Erik, everybody got in on the action.
This was a really fun game.
Yeah.
This was some of the most fun I've had watching ASU basketball in quite some time.
I was locked in literally the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, we could not take our eyes off the screen. There were so many moments in this game where you were just having fun, and not fun because you're running wild and blowing them out by 30. I mean, this was a back and forth game. GCU is a good team. Like, all jokes aside, like, they are Lil Bro. Lil Bro by the books was favored in this game.
Yeah,
plus
that was
200.
crazy. That was so disrespectful.
Plus 200 going into this game, GCU was. There
we go, Yoda.
Oh, man, you threw me off there. No, but GCU was supposed to win this game. GCU had a lot of fans, but I want to give so much credit to all the ASU fans who showed up and showed out, including Shane Diefenbach, who was actually on a show, a PHNX Sun Devils show, earlier today. That cold open with the ASU chants, that was a video that Shane sent us. Love it. I love the energy that the fans brought. Shane's literally right here. Get in here. Get in here.
There
Get
he
in
is.
Here. Get in here.
Big Pokey.
Huge.
What'd you see, man? We literally just got started on the postgame show.
I saw a lot of winning.
That's
a lot of people going home to curfew early. Basketball.
Did you see the headline for this?
No, is it bad?
No. It's pretty good.
Oh. I don't know if I like that much.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Shane,
that was fun.
What was it like witnessing Joson Sanon in person?
So what did he end up shooting final?
His final
scored
line,
21, right?
Yeah, he had
on 8 of 12,
21 points, 8 of 12, 5 of 7 from 3.
It was spiritual.
Yeah.
That man can score. And Bashir Jihad, he's a good basketball player. He's a good basketball player.
Yeah, but 9 of 11.
But that's what I'm saying. When is the last time ASU basketball hit free throws consistently outside of some poor possessions rebounding the ball, was rebounding pretty well. Defensively was awesome. Like, overall, it was just a great basketball game. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. GCU is a solid team. I saw that at one point in the ESPN broadcast, they put up the comparison between Quainton's age and Grant Foster's age. Get a job.
Get a job.
Get a job. Yeah, great win. Good done.
Foster.
Go Devils.
Wait, one last thing. Thoughts on GCU being or ASU being plus 200 to win this game right before tip?
I took it.
Yeah.
But I parlayed it with Commander's money line, so.
Hey, how about Zach Ertz?
Yeah, you son of a gun.
Hey, Saquon Barkley didn't do me any favors. It is what it is.
Go Devils.
Yeah.
There we go. Go Devils.
Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for Big Pokey, the deli man. Big Pokey the Deli Man combining the nicknames might
I like
be the move.
Beefenbach.
Beefenbach?
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
I know, but I like
He doesn't like anything with like beef in it.
I think it's good.
No, I agree with you. Chad in the chat, free throws.
Dude, I mean, that's a skill.
Point.
That's a skill. Like getting to the free throw line and drawing fouls is a skill. Plus, I mean, talking about fouls, there was about 1 million offensive fouls.
Yeah,
in this game.
The refs were choking on the whistle tonight.
Yeah. It was pretty insane how many charges were called. Lots of 3 in the keys called as well.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to Sanon because that was the biggest takeaway from all of this was how that dude scored so smoothly and efficiently. I know U of A fans were talking about how Sanon's going to shoot like 21 shots and get like 6 of them hit. But he's going to score a decent amount. 8 to 12 is
the efficiency
awesome.
is phenomenal.
In that environment, that type of crowd, positive or negative, like to just be that calm and smooth and silky, I thought he was just wonderful to watch tonight.
I think for me the biggest takeaway, and obviously we'll get into Sanon a little bit later on in the show. I think for me was the adjustments from the first half of this game to the second half of this game because it wasn't very pretty in the first half for Arizona State. I think they had their moments, but we were watching the game, and at a certain point, we were both saying that Arizona State was really settling and walking into some just ridiculously aggressive and difficult shots that maybe they didn't need to. And eventually you saw it in the second half. The ball movement started to pick up. Sanon kind of got hot, and they knew that they were going to feed him the ball. And then when he did that, it opened up things for Alston Mason, for Jihad, and really the rest of this Arizona State offense. So I think that for me is the biggest adjustment. Or the biggest takeaway is the adjustments, because that's not something that we've seen from Bobby Hurley's staff as a whole over the last couple of seasons. It feels like it's always been, this is how we're going to go out. We're going to play 3-and-D. And that's kind of the way that we are going to win and lose basketball games. But tonight, it felt like there was more in-game adjustments. And they were able to do it with still a lot of new players. Like this team is still only 4 games into playing with one another. And this is back-to-back games now of scoring 80-plus points against 2 good teams. Two legitimate
teams favored.
NCAA tournament teams.
Like by the odds you weren't, and I know that's not always how you go off of it, but like again, for this ASU team, like these are teams that the books don't think you should beat. And of course, like you go and you compete with Gonzaga on the road and you get votes to be in the AP top 25. And what impressed me as well, along with the adjustments, was sure there were times where it felt like ASU got into some ISO ball and took some poor shots, but they actually moved the ball really well today. In fact, they had 15 assists in their starting lineup alone. Wow. Bashir Jihad had 5 assists.
And 18 points.
Again, 9 free throws, including Bashir. That step through, that is one of the best plays that I have seen in the last couple of years. What an insane play. Like the technical skill that it would take to do that, the presence of mind, and then to finish it too. And to do it at his height. Yeah. That was such an impressive move.
He's proving every single game that he like deserves to be getting significant minutes.
I love the Bashir Jaden 4-5.
Yeah,
I love that pairing, and I know they like to throw Sean Phillips
tonight.
Yeah, I know that they'd like to throw Phillips and Quaintance in there as well. But as far as double big lineup goes, because Bashir is big, I like him and Quaintance because I think offensively Bashir opens up so much more that it actually gives Quaintance some more room to operate on that end too. Plus, I really like how Bashir's been as a help defender, coming in with Quaintance, who is a little bit more of like a gambler on defense. He relies on his athleticism, and you've seen it pay off multiple times, but he likes to jump. He likes to sell out for closeouts. He likes to anticipate things, and it works for him. He should continue to play that way. But every once in a while, the opposing player gets a step, gets a little bit by, and I thought Bashir's done really well coming over as that second big and defending there. He is going to be such a key piece for this team, and only taking 5 shots, of course, part of that is coming from free throws, but he's important and he's good, but I don't know, man. We have to fight over the Alston Mason fan club.
There's a
president.
lot. There's so much to talk about. The box out in the chat saying he's a souped up Jose Perez, talking about Bashir Jihad. Joe saying he is Jalen Graham upgraded. I think any way you slice it tonight, the starting 5 for Arizona State, they did what they were asked to do, which is something that, again, you haven't seen even at all games this season. So I know we touched on it a little bit, but the starting 5 tonight Is this the group that you want to see kind of moving forward in Alston, Mason, Adam Miller, BJ Freeman, Bashir Jihad, and Jaden Quaintance?
Are you going to yell at me?
With Sanon coming off the bench?
Are you going to yell at me?
I won't yell at you unless you say something stupid.
I think Sanon should start.
You think Sanon should start, and you think Adam Miller should come on the bench?
I think that my take from this offseason, I actually think it's correct. And I know that might be kind of shocking to a lot of people, or at least it was when I first said it. And it's actually no disrespect to Adam Miller at all. It's not because I think Adam Miller is bad, but I think Miller would actually be better suited offensively to come off the bench and have a little bit more run through him. I feel like that's going to clear up his role a little bit more than what it is
other second units.
Against other second units. He's still first sub. Right? Like he's still going to be, if one of your guards is behind her, you can even throw a 3-guard lineup out there. Let's say if BJ isn't having a great game, right? I think that I would like Sanon to start and see if he can continue to score at this rate. However, if for some reason Sanon proves that when he comes off the bench, he can attack better, then that's fine. I think Adam Miller is a serviceable starter. But out of that 5, I think I'd like to throw Sanon in there just to see if I can get a little bit more out of what Adam Miller can bring by putting him in there with people who need him to do more. So that is something that I would make, but I do understand those who would be hesitant to do so.
Yeah, I'll push back on that just a little bit, just because, and this is crazy to say because Joson Sanon is still so young, but I feel like that first unit is really the only unit for Arizona State that is a true point guard. I know Austin Nunez can be and is a point guard. It doesn't feel like he really sets up and creates a whole lot of the offense.
No, he's a lot of off ball.
So yeah. I feel like having Adam Miller, who in my personal estimation is not necessarily always capable of creating his own shot, having a true point guard and playing with a true point guard with the ones versus Sanon coming off the bench without really a true point guard, and you have Austin Nunez who does more off the ball stuff. Sanon can be that go-to guy to go out there and create his own shot, score anywhere on the court. So I get it. I see where you're coming from. I personally, with Sanon coming off the bench, still playing 29 minutes and scoring 21 points, like it's going to be hard to keep him out of the starting lineup.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. It's good problems to have, right? You know, you want to be able to have this conversation because the guy coming off the bench is playing really well, not because Adam Miller is terrible. And I get the whole shot creation thing, but at the end of the day, like if Sanon continues to shoot like 8 of 12 from the field,
you can't keep him off.
Excuse me, and you start him and he continues at a similar pace. Obviously, you're not going to get 8 of 12 from the field, especially from a freshman, like every single game. But if he keeps up relatively the same, there's no reason to push him to the bench because at that point, you're not starting your best 5. However, we've seen with successful college teams, obviously, I'm a big Devin Booker guy. Go Suns. Book came off the bench for Kentucky. Book was an NBA player. Book was a college-level starter. He was a young guy, but he was on a good team, and he knew that his role was to come in and to be a shooter and to fire away. And if you think that Sanon is best fit to do that and he's fully bought in despite performing like a starter, that might be an ultimate punch that you have to throw at teams if he's all bought in. But if Sanon is playing like a starter, Miller is playing not as good as Sanon, and he comes off the bench to his chagrin, then you're talking about messing with the mentality of your 5-star that's performing like good enough to be a starter. He's not asking for it. He's earning it. So that is a situation that I wouldn't want to get into, but I do really like the idea of him coming in as like a flamethrower off the bench.
Yeah. No, I think you bring up a lot of valid points. Look, we're going to continue talking about individual players, but I do want to talk about the team. So let's go ahead and get to By the Numbers, presented by Desert Financial Credit Union, Arizona's #1 credit union, named by Forbes. Of course, the only number that matters is that final score. Arizona State out-dueling GCU 87-76, leading scores for the two squads tonight. Sanon with 21, Grant Foster with 19. Mind you, he is 24 years of age. The way these two teams shot from the floor tonight, 54% for the Devils, 44% for the Lopes in terms of behind the arc shooting, 41% for GCU, 44% for Arizona State. And then this is a big one, bench points, 30 for Bobby Hurley's Devils, 12 for GCU. Erik, is there one of these numbers or another number on the box score that kind of sticks out most to you?
I mean, it plays back to the conversation we just had. 30 bench points
21
for ASU.
of them being
21
from
of them
Joson
being
Sanon.
from Sanon. So that, I think, plays into the conversation as well. And the overall shooting percentages for the entire team.
Yeah.
This is a Bobby Hurley team that has the absolute capability of being an offensive threat. And there were many teams beforehand that weren't fully capable of that. Maybe they had the athleticism to do so, but not the shooting, or vice versa. I think this team can be one of the more complete up and down 5 players on the court, have a specific role that they can contribute to on offense and actually execute it. And I think part of that comes in the fact that you have Alston Mason, who is playing like a really good point guard, who's making great reads, but he's small, he's slithery, he gets to the rim, he finishes.
That's the word.
Yeah, he finishes tough through contact. He's not afraid to shoot the rock as well. I'm really happy with what he's been doing to set the table and the
almost
precedent
as
there
happy
as well.
as I am.
No, I mean, I'm the leader of the Alston Mason fan club, because when this dude committed to transfer here, I think we were either live on show or it was the day afterwards, and I'm literally just sitting there watching his highlights. I'm losing my mind, because I mean, this dude's going to be legit, and he has been legit, and I think he'll continue to get better, especially as Jaden Quaintance gets more comfortable offensively. That gives him another weapon to go and pick and roll. If Joson Sanon continues to come in and fire away, that's first guy off the bench. Alston's probably still going to be in the game. That's an easy guy to feed the rock to and to set up for looks, and that gives a lot of gravity. So there's a lot of options for defending teams to focus on, and that's a nightmare if you are the opposing team.
Oh, 100%. Look, we're going to continue talking about Arizona State's win over GCU, likely a quad 2 win when it's all said and done. But we are going to take just a quick break.
Cut me open, and I bleed Desert Financial Credit Union. It's in my literal blood for generations.
Your literal blood?
Literal blood for generations. My grandparents were one of the first users of then Desert Schools. It was only for educators, which my grandmother was. They had an account, and then Desert Schools became Desert Financial. Later on, my dad and my family already had an account, and then I start working in high school, and I open up an account with Desert Financial Credit Union, and I still use it to this day, because not only are there so many locations, I've lived in multiple different cities across the valley, there's always a Desert Financial near me. Their customer service is fantastic, but they're there for everything, your checkings and your savings accounts. But as you get older, the more complicated things, mortgages, loans, credit cards, investment options, and more, really they're here for you, especially if you're an ASU fan, because they have 3 different debit cards branded with your favorite team, the ASU Sun Devils. Plus, I buried the lead. They want to give you $200. So show your ASU team spirit, open a free checking account online, get $200 plus your choice of ASU Visa debit cards. Go to desertfinancial.com/ASU to get started.
I had fun with you this evening.
Me too. We had a good time.
Kyle, I had fun with you too, man. You know, despite all the mean things you were saying while the game was going on,
hateful things.
I still had fun with you. I would invite you both to Chicken and Pickle. To play some pickleball. We could get some dinner, some chicken and waffles, if you will. I know you've had them before. They're really, really good. Have some drinks. We can enjoy the night. We can enjoy the vibes. Okay, and you can too. Go to Chicken and Pickle, whether you are a pickleball player or if you are just a noob. Go check it out. Have some fun. And really, even if you're not going to go play pickleball, go for a date. Go to hang out with the friends. Go to hang out with the fam.
Maybe you just want a Sunday to watch football with a drink in your hand and a good meal, and you just want to do it by yourself.
Do it. They got a ton of TVs. Chicken and Pickle. Chicken and waffles and football sounds like an amazing time. Head to chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun you can have at their Glendale location. LTC in the chat, the Rickety Bridge in the chat. I love that name. Just kind of flows off the tongue. Jacob Essel. Guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in here. 9:53 right now as we're doing it live. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review. Also, before we get to bottle service, go get your Activate the Valley t-shirt.
Yes. And speaking of activating the Valley, of course, ASU football on Saturday plays on the road against Kansas State, the 16th ranked team in the nation. We are doing something we have not done all season because this is a special game. We are doing a live watch along. Watch the games with us right here on PHNX Sports. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, and make sure you hang out with us while ASU upsets number 16 Kansas State on the road, secures a spot in the top 25, and gets closer to their path to a Big 12 championship. Come share that moment with us before our post game right afterwards.
Did he just jinx that? Is that what he just did?
We do score predictions, do we not?
Yeah, but we don't say it like you just said it.
Dude, do not do that.
It's
Do not
true.
do
It's
that.
true. Well, I need to have a scapegoat get
out of here. We don't need no dang scapegoat.
Oh my
Have
goodness.
faith.
You want to
Have
start? You want to
confidence.
pop some bottles?
Let's pop some bottles.
Is there any other way that we could even make an argument for anybody else other than
I thought
kid?
that Brandon Gardner did really good tonight.
You're just mean. You're a mean guy.
What did I do?
You're mean.
I died.
What? Now, you know what? What did Brandon Gardner finish with tonight? For everybody that doesn't know.
Let's give
No. What did Brandon Gardner finish with?
0.
0 points. In how
Zeros.
many minutes?
In I think 1 minute.
Yeah. You're just a mean guy.
Yeah, that was pretty mean.
Apologize.
I am sorry. That was pretty mean.
Bottle service. Going to the kid who's not even close to being old enough to drink. Joson Sanon, 21 points, 8 of 12 from the floor, 5 of 7 from behind the arc. This kid could not miss even if he wanted to. Again, doing this all coming off the bench. Joson Sanon looked every bit of a 5-star freshman who just so happened to transfer. Or not transfer, but decommit. From Arizona to Arizona State.
He's a trendsetter.
He's the kid.
Yeah.
Like every year there's like one team that's got that one really young guy that's just like, hey, that's the kid up the street. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Joson Sanon.
Because he's not the youngest one on this team.
He's not, but he's still the kid.
He's still the kid. He's not the kid. That's for sure.
He's a child.
He played really well. And I don't think he hit the rim once. I feel like every time he threw the ball in the air, that thing just went.
I have a couple irresponsible questions to ask you.
Oh gosh, I hope I have some irresponsible answers.
Do we believe him now? Is he one and done? Do we believe he's one and done here?
Ooh, I don't know if I'm there yet. He certainly has the potential to. If he does this all season, he's going to the league. Unless ASU can offer some massive money.
But they're not offering NBA lottery pick money.
Well, maybe ASU isn't, but another school might.
Hey, who are you? What's wrong with you?
You asked an irresponsible question,
and you gave me such an irresponsible answer.
I think there's definitely a chance he goes to the league, but if my money was on it, he might be a 2-year guy just because he's gonna. If he continues to be off the bench, but if he scores 20 a game, then. Have fun in like Houston.
Can you imagine a second year? We're literally
of Quaintance and Sanon.
Well, we're literally 4 games in, and I'm like, can you imagine if we got a whole nother year out of these guys?
I mean, it's hard not to. When we were winning in football, it was like, hey, if this season's really good, imagine what Kenny's gonna do in the offseason.
You're right.
Like it's okay to get excited because
I'm juiced.
It's sustainable. It feels
We're good at basketball. We're never good at basketball. Let's go! Are you kidding me? We were sitting here watching the game, and I turned to you, and Damon was in the chair. I said, are we going to win the national championship?
And I said yes.
In basketball or football? And I said, both.
Right.
We're going for both.
Stamped.
Goodness gracious.
I don't think I've seen you this hyped all football season.
Stop it.
Are you a basketball guy now?
No.
I think you might be a basketball guy now.
I'm not a basketball guy.
I think you're a hoop head. You love ethical hoops.
Ethical hoops?
Yeah, it means like not free throw baiting.
I'm more of an unethical hoops guy.
You're an unethical hooper?
You know that this is so off the rails. My growing up, I had a hyphenated last name.
Yeah.
And the first part of that last name was Hooper.
Really?
Yeah. I was a Hooper.
That's kind of cold.
Yeah.
That's kind of old.
The more you know. Ping pong.
Bing bong.
That's Ralph in the chat. Emily in the chat, the Rickety Bridge. Ryan says, turn me up.
Sharon, they will never take my mic away.
Okay, can I ask you another irresponsible question?
Yeah, I'll try to be better.
Because that last one went so well.
I'll try to be better this time.
And I want everybody in the chat, we're going to put a poll. If Arizona State wins, not that this next game is a juggernaut. They're playing St. Thomas, Minnesota on Sunday.
I'll give you St. Thomas.
If they win that game, we're looking at a 4-1 basketball team with 2 likely quad 2 wins. Start the year. This team already had AP top 25 votes going into this week. Are they an AP top 25 team next week?
It depends on how enthusiastically they win that game.
By 20.
20? They might be
St.
25.
Thomas, Minnesota.
They might be 25 then. They might be 25 because GCU is a good team, like a good team.
GCU's tournament team.
And you hung in there with Gonzaga on the road. Santa Clara is a good team.
It is going to be probably a tournament team.
And Idaho State's been good. They competed with USC and they beat the brakes off of some team or school that doesn't exist today.
What's the school? What's the school?
Southern Oregon Raiders, who scored 63 points. The Southern Oregon Raiders leading scorer is Gabe Reichel, who has 17 points. He does not have a picture on ESPN.
Now, what if he just looks like that?
What about Jace Anderson?
No.
Nope, Jace Anderson doesn't even have stats. So Idaho State, not a great team, but they played USC close and they won the only game against lower competition. I feel like this is another classic, though. Like, oh, ASU gets a good amount of votes and they'll probably be 25. St. Thomas has a 10% chance of winning this game, according to the matchup predictor. They lost to Oklahoma State only by 9 points.
Oklahoma State shouldn't have a basketball
They
game.
beat Green Bay 90-76, and they beat Northern Central Rams.
These aren't real schools.
96-71. Northern Central Rams don't even have a logo on ESPN. I cannot click on their team name, nor can I click on... I can click on their leading scorer. Carrington McNeil. Steve Colon or Colon. Sorry, guys.
No, let it be Cologne.
This is so
let it be
off the
Cologne.
rails. ASU definitely has a chance.
And they're at home, too, against
Yeah.
St. Thomas, no name. Like...
The Tommies?
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm serious.
That's their name?
I'm serious.
The St. Thomas Tommies?
They are the St. Thomas Tommies.
No.
I swear, look.
That is unbelievable.
They're the Tommies.
Unbelievable work. That's crazy.
Make him get Tommy John surgery.
Sony in the chat with a $1.99 super chat. We appreciate you, Sony. We don't see your message, so if you want to just type your message in the regular comments, we'll go ahead and read it. Since you sent that super chat, thank you again. Chad Johnson in the chat asking where that game is. It is in Tempe. Sharon saying who's going to be in the top 25 first, football or basketball? Hey, I say why not both?
At the same time.
Why not both?
Nirvana.
Could be nice. Short Bus in the chat. We beat a purple team in basketball. Now it's time for football.
I love it. I will say I do mess with the purple.
If you had to pick
a good purple colorway.
If you had to pick, if only one could be in the top 25.
Oh.
I'm just full of irresponsible questions tonight. I'm sorry.
Mean.
I'm sorry,
That's
chat.
mean.
Do we already have a poll going?
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Chat, type in there if you had to choose. One cannot be ranked if the other is not.
I'm not saying it, Ralph.
Ralph, that's for the last segment. It's a hairy situation, okay? So if you had to choose one or the other, I personally think I'm going to go with football. Because I've already seen that this football team has deserved to be ranked. I think that this football team...
you don't think Bobby Hurley's team deserves to be ranked?
As of right now, I don't think they've earned it as much as Arizona State has earned it this season. I think they have the chance to, but if I have to pick right now, I'm going to choose the team that I feel like... If ASU gets ranked, then that means that they're winning out, basically. If they get ranked and they stay ranked, then they might be in the Big 12 championship. If this team is ranked, they might be like 7th in the Big 12. And not to take away from that, but I'm going to roll with football. That's the tiebreaker. I would like both, though.
I'm taking football. I'm taking every day of the week.
I know
for
you
the rest
are.
of my life. I'm taking
on
football.
Anything. You're taking football.
Yeah, no, it's not even close. Yeah. Not even close. Dom in the chat. Will Santa be more our alpha than Adam Miller?
What do you mean, will?
Already is.
No, I mean, I don't think alpha's a weird way to put it, but I think Sanon has some natural gifts and ability that
he's got that dog
Adam Miller doesn't have.
Say it. He's got that dog in him.
He has that dog in him, and I think when Adam Miller gets going, he has that dog in it. I think when Joson Sanon wakes up, he has that dog in him. Yeah. And that's what I think is the difference.
Joson Sanon just barks.
Ruff.
No, that's the Adam Miller bark.
Okay, give me the Sanon bark.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
That's a Joson Sanon bark for sure.
That's a good bark. Give me a Jaden Quaintance bark.
Ooh. This is such an odd.
This is really
segment.
bad. I'm watching the numbers of who's watching. I'm seeing if it's going up or down.
Let's see. A Jaden
Please don't
Quaintance,
leave, guys.
A Jaden Quaintance bark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a big pup, you know?
Okay.
Big pup.
Last one. Alston Mason bark.
Oof. I don't even think he barks. I think he's more of a I don't know.
A meow.
I don't know how to grr. Like yeah, he's more of that. I don't know why I like knew what I was going to try and do, but
Ryan, great question. What does the show turn into? Dom says, follows up and says, game on the line. Are you giving the ball to Sanon? That's what I mean. I think unless Sanon is on like a cold stretch, yes. I think if he's playing average or above average, you give him the shot.
I want him taking all the shots all the time.
I want him to take 45% of the shots. I want Quaintance to take 30% of the shot. I want Alston Mason to take 20% of the shots. Oh no, I got to give a little
Quaintance taking more shots than Mason?
Yeah, because it's fun. Not that he's better, it'd just be fun.
Let's go ahead.
Imagine if Jaden Quaintance was forced to take more shots.
I don't know if that would necessarily be good.
I feel like it'd be fun. If he was like, hey, you have to shoot the ball this time, he would just get ultra aggressive.
Sony in the chat, Bashir means the one who brings good news. He brought buckets too.
That's such a great nickname.
Fire.
I'm going to call him that.
What?
The one who brings good news?
Okay, if we ever have him on the show,
the one who
you cannot refer to him as
why not?
As Bashir.
I wore a big hat when Kenny
I'm saying you cannot refer to him as Bashir. You have to only refer to him as the one who brings good news.
I thought you were going to stop me from expressing
I don't
my
care.
freedom of speech.
No, do that. Why would I stop you?
I don't know.
I don't care.
You like to control me. Tell me what to do.
Okay, dude. Whatever you say. Austin Gooderman in the chat. The Big 12 conference home games is going to be fire. Bold move to put first and last name in the username. To be completely honest with you,
says Anthony Totri.
I guess that's fair.
Well, never share your full name on the internet coming from two dudes who go by their full names.
Enough. We've gotten off the rails enough. Let's talk a little bit more about basketball, huh?
Fine.
Sound good? Alston Mason, Bashir Jihad, those two tonight on the floor. I know all the love is going to go to Alston Mason, or all the love is going to go to Joson Sanon, but these two, I think, contributed in every bit as important of a way. Offensively, defensively, when Sanon wasn't on the floor, these two were finding ways to get their teammates involved. Like you said, Jihad had 5 assists. Alston Mason, when this team just needed a bucket, he can score similar to Mason really anywhere on the floor. Slither was a phenomenal way to describe what he does.
He's an ultimate slitherer.
He's an assassin.
Yeah.
Is what he is.
He is such a fun, like prototypical undersized guard, and that is a style of play that is the most fun to watch in college basketball. Think about like what was his name? The really small dude on Kansas State. He was really tiny, but he was so much fun to watch. And also Mason, I think the best part about it is he's not afraid to go to the rim. He's not afraid to take these tough, difficult shots. Like, sure, he'll shoot threes and he'll pass the ball and he'll dribble and he'll drive, but he takes it all the way in. And he gets fouled, he gets hit a lot, but he's not afraid of contact. And that's like the perfect type of mentality to have for a guy like that. I love what he's been doing, and I think he'll continue to get better as this team has some better chemistry, because as the point guard, if your team all around you is operating with better chemistry, it's so much easier for you to make these simple reads, know where your guys are going to be. You know, oh, Quaint's is setting a pick here. I see Sanon coming over there in the corner. I know that if I dribble hard and drive, I'm going to get enough attention that's a wide open 3 for Sanon, and that's the spot that he likes it. Like, that's the type of stuff that goes through a point guard's head. And so he will get better as the season goes on. I thought he was super impressive, but I think Bashir Jihad was equally there as well in his impact on this game.
Jacob in the chat, I was at the game, and this needs to be an annual game in footprint, like GA in Florida in Jacksonville. I think both schools would love that.
Yeah, it was packed. I thought really great environment on both sides. Credit to GCU fans for showing up. I think the extra credit thing is fake, everybody. I did some research on it. I do believe that it's fake, but they do a great job of getting fans out there. But I thought ASU fans also showed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought that is such an important thing to do for this team if they continue to win. We say the same thing with football. And if this can become a yearly thing with these two programs on the trajectories that they're on, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, this show has never had more fun, literally in its like 3-year existence. We've had some fun because we're goofy and fun individuals. At least I'd like to think so. But stop laughing, Kyle. But we've never done like so many post games that end in wins. And
dude, I was about to say.
It sounds funny. And
no, think about 365 days ago.
It's the truth. Like, I remember like doing post game shows by myself for a basketball team that was just getting wiped up and down the Pac-12 streets.
You know what they say? It's the darkest before the dawn. And boy, you hit the darkest.
Yeah, I just apparently was the host of the show at midnight.
But you see that? All the way over there?
The clock?
Yeah, it's the sun rising.
That is?
That's the sun rising.
Okay, I think
buddy,
that's something else.
Buddy, it's dawn.
It's dawn?
It's dawn.
Like the soap?
No.
No.
Like the sunrise.
Yeah, you have lost your marbles.
Yeah, I really have. I'm sorry, I really have. This is what happens when you get to cover good teams. You get to just have fun. You get to have a good time. And not only is this team winning, but they are winning in fun ways. Both teams, football and basketball, are winning in fun ways. I mean, Jaden Quaintance is just blocking the heck out of anybody who shoots a shot at the rim.
Yeah, 2 more blocks tonight.
That last block against Grant Foster was insane. I mean, this dude is playing like he could be the National Defensive Player of the Year. He is playing like he can be one of the best defenders in the country, and he's playing like somebody who, given a second year in college basketball, is going to be downright dominant on that end, and his offensive game continues to grow. Everybody around him plays like so much fun. Dude.
Breathe, man.
No,
breathe.
No. I don't need to breathe. We're winning.
We are winning.
This is so much fun.
The show, though, needs to take a breath. So we're going to continue talking about Arizona State's 87-76 point victory over GCU, but we are going to take a quick break.
The only thing I'm missing right now, and it's because I've drank all the ones in the office, is a NUTRL. Those are for decoration, so don't yell at me to drink those because NUTRLs are just so tasty. I have completely eradicated them from this office. I have taken care of them
from the studios.
They are done because I have gone to town.
Need to get some more for the post game.
Yeah, for the watch along especially. And we're going out afterwards. That'll be a fun night. And I'll be drinking NUTRLs there as well because it's not just a while I'm watching ASU thing. It's not just a while I'm on PHNX Sun Devils, NUTRLs and all the time thing because it is by far and away the best vodka seltzer I have ever had. It doesn't taste artificial. I mean, it's not even close. Genuinely not even close. The strawberry lemonade NUTRL is maybe the best drink I've ever had in my life. That thing is delicious. Delicious. I wish I had one right now. I'm actually salivating because
what
I want
flavor?
it. The strawberry lemonade.
Is there one over there?
No, it's just a blackberry lemonade, which is still good. And you can try all the different flavors and keep it tasty with NUTRL. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch NUTRL is a flavored vodka and carbonation out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Look, we're going to be having a big PHNX party here on Saturday for the watch along that we're going to be doing, obviously, for the Arizona State-Kansas State game. And then, like you said, we're going to be going out after that game. It's going to be a ton of fun. Who knows where we might end up? Could end up at Gila River Resorts and Casinos because you know that's the place to be. Nobody does it better. Nobody has more fun than everybody over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You can visit any of their 4 locations: Wild Horse Pass, Vequiva, Santan Mountain. Go all in with over 4,500 slots and live table games, or you can catch all the action at any of their sports books. Make sure you are on the lookout for all the events that we have over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Definitely going to be having some Cards and Sons watch parties. So definitely stay tuned on how you guys can come hang with us. I believe there's a Suns one.
Yeah, Suns this Sunday, 1:30 tip-off pregame at 1 o'clock. Come hang out with us, Wild Horse Pass. Come have a drink with me. It'll be fun.
You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details.
Yep.
I love it. The Rickety Bridge right watch along Saturday.
Yeah,
feel like that was just 4 words, right? That's not.
That's a great 4 words. I will say, Rickety is one of our new diehards that we had with our last promotion. He's in all the Discord channels now. Love it. We thank all the people who became diehards. We had over 100 join and become diehards.
Century mark.
And if you're not a diehard, you can do that today by going to gophnx.com, clicking on the diehard tab, and becoming a diehard. Join our diehard Discord because we're always talking. We were talking during this game. We talk every day about commits, about decommits, about games, about the Big 12, about the University of Arizona's downfall. We do all of it.
Mike Luke's been pretty quiet.
Yeah,
in that
he hasn't been
Discord.
popping in as much as he used to.
Like
But
he's
of course,
he's trying to throw L's at us, but
they bounce off.
Wildcats are just catching L's.
Yeah,
they have. I mean, they got a game tomorrow against Houston that might be pretty ugly.
I have a bar.
You have a bar?
They're throwing L's, but what do L's look like?
What the L's
boomerangs,
look like?
Because those L's come right back and hit them.
Dang. Give him a beat next time. We need to have that.
I mean, it didn't rhyme.
No, but we need to have that. I think
Don't
locked
tempt me.
and loaded is
Don't
we need to
tempt me.
have like a royalty free like just
We can
beat
find
drop.
one. We
and,
can find one.
Anytime somebody spits, just
And
hit
make
it.
them say it again on a beat.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
crazy.
actually a great bit. That's a
that's
great
crazy.
bit. I love that.
We got to figure out how to do that.
Speaking of great bits, do you want to get to one of the bigger bits that we have?
Let's get to Aftertaste, the most sus segment in all of ALLCITY Network. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to pretty much just ask you and everybody else in the room what this game tasted like. What was it on the palate? Except I'm going to say it in a really sus way. So, do you want to go, or does Captain Redbeard want to start us off?
I could do this.
Okay, Eric.
I'm getting better at this.
What was scooped into the hole above your lip?
It was a nice, greasy burger after a night out. That you knew on the way home you were going to have your Uber driver
thinking about it.
stop it there and get it. And, you're a little nervous. Maybe it's a long line. There's a lot of people there. Is it going to hold up? And then you finally get there, and it's just a wonderful experience through and through, and you're happier afterwards.
Are you the type? I need to know. This is a personal thing.
Oh, boy.
When you
we haven't gotten personal
well,
enough
so like if
already.
you're doing this, right? I just want to set the scene a little bit more. So you're going through the Uber is. You're in the Uber.
Yes.
You get the burger.
Yes.
Are you a let me eat
No.
in the you're a wait till I get home guy?
Yeah.
No, that's the right way to do it. If you
That's
eat
so
in the car,
disrespectful.
you are
That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, no.
Okay. If let's say like I'm in a buddy's car and we're like gonna pull off in like the parking lot or something because they're DDing, then
I still would
I'm eating
rather
in the
eat
car.
at home.
Oh, it depends on how drunk I am.
Nah.
Because like I might be hungry.
Ooh, Shane says this tastes like past curfew pizza.
I was gonna say communion. But this tasted better than communion. This is like communion when they use like the sweet grape juice instead of wine.
Wow. Wow. We are What do you think, Captain Redbeard? What was scooped into the hole above your lip?
If it can fit, quesadilla.
Huh?
A quesadilla.
A quesadilla.
A nice, warm, fresh quesadilla.
Quesadilla. Okay. Wow. Didn't know where that one was going. You took me for a ride there.
The most sus segment gets the most sus answer.
Was wild. I'm going to go with a... This tastes like a California burrito at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You literally just copied my answer.
No, you said a burger.
Yeah, but like the concept of it was like you're after a night out. Like
Okay,
at late
this
night.
tastes like you have just supreme dry mouth
Okay,
at 3 o'clock in the morning,
got you.
and you reach over, eyes crusted, like you are going through it right now, and you just perfect on the nightstand, grab it. As you're grabbing the cup, you still hear the ice in it, and you
Let me close my eyes.
You turn, raise it
Okay,
to the hole above your lip.
and then what?
You just,
That sounds nice.
and it is literally a life-changing experience.
Yeah,
you
different
feel
man.
you feel alive again. You know what I'm saying? That's
Dude,
what this game did.
This is like a last 2 minutes of the show segment, not 3/4 of the way through the show segment. This is way too early to be doing it.
Is that's aftertaste, man? Let us know in the chat. Let us know.
Did you like
Shane
aftertaste?
even paused Redbeard. Redbeard's gonna have to have a meeting after that one.
Those are one of those sentences that you wish you can get back, but you just got to bounce back. What are you? I'm not even gonna say. Okay, can we? Are we doing something? Are we doing something different now?
You know
Are we
we're
moving
doing
on?
something.
Are we
Why are
moving
you
on?
asking?
Not are we doing something, but are we doing something different, or are we still going to be on
Let's
aftertaste?
go. Let's go ahead. Antelope Street Tacos is a wild answer,
That's
Sharon.
crazy. I know Captain Redbeard's probably eaten an antelope before.
I have not actually.
No,
Wow.
just bear.
And other things, but yeah.
What's the
Wait,
craziest thing?
that's the perfect follow-up.
What's the craziest?
Not bear.
Zebra.
Is that legal?
Yeah, in Africa.
So how do you cook it? Just like you grill it?
Yeah, it's like it's just like every other meat.
What does it taste like?
It tastes a little gamey, from if I remember correctly, but a little like chicken.
I feel like all exotic meats just taste like chicken.
And then I think I had some ostrich.
That's a bird. I can get on board with that. I can get on board with ostrich. Are you looking up the legality of eating a zebra?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it says that you can. The first article is eating zebra in Namibia was the best meal I've ever had.
Namibia.
Well, I think this is the perfect time to get to the Bobby board. Let's take a look at what Arizona State's done so far this season. Obviously, the Bobby face for the Idaho State win, the Bobby face for Santa Clara, and then a brand spanking new Bobby Hurley face for the victory over GCU. Handful of games up next for Arizona State. Starting on Sunday, the St. Thomas Tommies.
The Tommies are on the menu.
The Tommies. Then I believe you got Cal Poly there. And then you have New Mexico. So definitely a interesting stretch of games. But I feel like Arizona State should be able to go 3-0 in their next three.
Lobos are undefeated right now. Lobos would be favored in that game.
GCU is undefeated.
Yeah, but I would say Lobos would be favored if they played that game today. But at least, at minimum, 2 wins over your next 3 games. Minimum. You should dog walk St. Thomas and Cal Poly. It should not be close. These should be blowouts, okay? This should be your 2 biggest wins of the season so far should be the next 2 games, especially with how they played against it. Santa Clara, Gonzaga, Grand Canyon, back-to-back. If you are going to buck the trend of Bobby Hurley teams playing up and down to their competition, you need to wipe the floor with St. Thomas and Cal Poly.
So
wipe them.
If Arizona State wins those, let's say they win 2 out of the 3, right? And you get new Bobby faces.
Yep.
Then that whole first row is going to be complete. Would we feel good seeing what we know is the rest of the way on the schedule, knowing that you picked up 5 Bobby faces out of a potential, 8?
Well, I mean, the Duke game doesn't count.
The Duke game doesn't count.
Duke game doesn't
so
count.
let's say you're picking up 5
out of 7. Yes. I mean, 5 out of 7 when you're playing, I mean, Mexico's a good team. They're not a great team. St. Clair's a good team, not a great team. And Gonzaga's a great team. GCU is a good team. So you've played multiple talented teams that I would say if they played New Mexico today, New Mexico's favored, and they've been underdogs in every game except for Idaho State. So 5 out of 7 is great.
Yeah.
5 out of 7 is awesome, especially 5 out of 7 if they continue to look better, because I know they beat Idaho State, but everybody saw how mad I was after that one. Nigel has not been coming out tonight.
Yeah, no, Nigel, the, what would we call him?
Nigel, the neck vein.
Nigel Throbberry.
Nigel Throbberry, the neck vein that pops out when I scream. But
she does a lot. He screams at me.
Yeah, they continue to look better, and if they wipe the floor with those 2, then New Mexico, I wouldn't say it's like who cares, but we'll take it. But also 9:30 game on Thanksgiving is diabolical.
Yeah, a couple notes.
Diabolical.
We're not doing a post-game show for that game.
No.
We're also not doing a post-game show for the St. Thomas Tommies game, but we will discuss that game at the next time that we have a show. Share it in the chat. I love describing wins as, quote, picking up 5 Bobby faces.
Yeah.
So that's just how we start the show from now on. Guys, we picked up a new Bobby face.
I mean, I like that.
You like it?
I like that. And Nan1 in the chat says not losing to New Mexico. New Mexico's had a good start to their season. I mean, 2 cupcake wins, beating Nichols and Texas A&M CC, which I don't even know what the
not
CC
even actual Texas A&M.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. But they did beat number 22 ranked UCLA in their second game, 72-64 at
UCLA.
Oh no. I think it was at Lee's Family Forum.
It's got to be neutral.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not Poly
because it's showing UCLA as
the home
team, so it's got to be at a.
Yeah, it was in Henderson, Nevada.
That's where.
Oh yeah. They were in that. Yeah. So New Mexico is a good team. I'm not gonna cry if they lose to New Mexico, but I will if they lose any of the 2 games before that.
It'd be kind of crazy if you did cry.
No, but that's the thing is then you should, and then you play San Diego next, right? So out of your next 4 games, minimum 3 blowout wins. That's what you.
Whoa.
That should be the expectation.
Yeah, it should be the expectation.
Dude,
did you not watch last year's San Diego game?
No, I did. But that's what I'm saying is like this team. If we're gonna say they're different, we're gonna say they're more talented. We're gonna believe in them or whatever. They need to do that to solidify that. Though St. Thomas, Cal Poly, and San Diego are 3 absolutely inferior teams, and Big 12 teams, good Big 12 teams, do not even leave a shadow of a doubt when you play inferior teams. And they haven't had a win like that this season so far. They've had a tough schedule, so now is your opportunity because then you play Florida, who's ranked 20th in the nation, UMass, and then BYU, Colorado, and you're in Big 12 play. Kansas, The number 1 team in the nation, Baylor number 12, Cincinnati 17, Iowa State 7, Arizona 9, Houston 8. Like you need to stack wins now. You need to stack confidence now. And you do that by blowing out teams that are significantly worse than you.
Like the Tommies.
Like the Tommies. If they don't blow out the Tommies, I'm calling it an emergency podcast.
You're doing it on your own.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll be too sad.
Yeah. I mean, you're crying. Yeah. You're talking about crying for the New Mexico game. Let's see. Glenn in the chat just got home. Was a good game. I love it. I was the only ASU fan where I was. Way to represent.
Way to stand strong.
Absolutely.
Do you know there's not a single Big 12 team with a losing record right now?
That does not surprise me. What are the records? Who's got the worst
Kansas
record?
State's 2-1. Houston is 2-1. Baylor's 2-1. ASU is 3-1.
Who Houston lose to?
I don't know who Houston lost to, but half of the losses in the entire Big 12 conference are to Gonzaga. Baylor and ASU have 2 of the 4 losses combined in all
the
of
whole
Big 12
conference
teams.
only has 4 losses.
That's Houston, who Houston lost to number 11 Auburn in a 5-point game in week 2. And then Kansas State, not ranked, they lost to LSU today. And that was the game LSU was not supposed to win. So this is a conference that has majority undefeated teams still, lots of 3-0s, lots of 2-0s, and then half of the losses to this conference are to a top 10 team. This conference is
going to be so fun.
That's kind of insane.
Conference play. In conference play, when these teams are playing each other every single week, can you imagine how fun that is going to be to do postgame shows and watch these basketball games? Knowing that each one of these teams probably should be in the top 25 and probably in the NCAA tournament, at least 10 of the 16.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Again, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review if you haven't already. Make sure you go get your Activate the Valley t-shirt. You head to the locker, you go grab it. It's super easy. If you become a PHNX diehard, you're going to get a free t-shirt or hat every single year. And this can be the shirt. PHNXlocker.com to get your hands on this new PHNX Sun Devils Activate the Valley t-shirt. Wear it to the football games, wear it to the basketball games, wear it to all of the Arizona State sporting events. Look, we are going to get to our final takeaways from what we saw on the hardwood tonight between the Sun Devils and the Lopes, but we are going to take our final break.
We got to get a new car for you, Anthony Totri.
Yeah?
We have to do it.
I need one.
I think if we end up doing a Big 12 championship stream, it's like a fundraiser for you to get a new car. And I know exactly where we are going.
I'm down for
with that money.
Chat,
and that
what
is
do we think?
Sanderson Ford, because we are proud to have Sanderson Ford as our official vehicle partner. And maybe we can help you out and get one at a lower price, because they're always here to put you not just in the best car, but the right car for you at the right price, at the right time, and in the right way. Not trying to pressure you, no hassle, no nonsense. They are family owned and operated for 70 years here in Arizona, and there are reasons why. And it's because they are one of the largest and best Ford dealerships in the nation. In fact, the largest and the best by certain metrics. And right now, they have a Black Friday sale all month. Get new 2024 F-150 trucks with 3.9 APR financing for 66 months, plus up to $4,000 cash back with similar savings on over 900 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot. Don't miss their Black Friday thank you sale. Disclaimer, OIC through Ford credit, up to $4,000 cash back requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle. Offers expire on November 30th. I nailed it. Come on.
Wow. There you go. There you go, buddy. You know what I think the problem was?
What?
You didn't have your traditional branded Bills hat on. That gets you through your days. I know you need it. It's okay. We've got some actually on the wall if you want to pull one from there. Guys, elevate your brand with Branded Bills. The perfect headwear and apparel, whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees. Branded Bills has you covered like that Arizona State defense with performance and style. Look, they've got partnerships with ASU. Erik, you say it all the time. They do this lovely thing called charity with the U of A as a part of their campus collection. It's a local company from Mesa, Arizona. Both Erik and I have a handful of Branded Bills hats that we're rocking every single week, and they really are as comfortable as we tell you guys. Head to brandedbills.com and use that code PHNX for 20% off your first order.
I don't know.
You good?
Choked up. Just loved watching Joson Sanon hoop. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also tweeted out the Gonzaga thing, so I found it pretty interesting, or at least I'm in the process of tweeting it.
You're in the process. It's taking you a minute.
Well, I'm like trying to read if like it makes sense because like it makes sense in my brain, but sometimes things that make sense
You
to
want
me.
me to proofread it?
Yeah, if you want to,
Yeah, I
I'm
can
gonna read it out
proofread
loud.
Yeah. So this is what Erik is going to tweet if anybody wants to copy it and tweet it first.
By the way, you can follow both of us on social media at Anthony_Totri, at Erik Ruby, my name. I'm also on Blue Sky as well.
We need to talk about that for a second. Gonzaga has handed out 50% of the losses of no.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right?
Gonzaga has handed out 50% of the losses to the entire Big 12 combined.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I was writing this while like doing anatomy.
Gonzaga has handed out 50% of the losses to the entire Big 12.
This is why I didn't press send yet.
Combined. What's wrong with your buttons? Conference combined.
This is what everybody comes to this show for.
ASU.
If you're on audio, we appreciate you. Make sure you rate us 5 stars and review. We should read some reviews on air.
Baylor losing to them. Yeah, ASU, Baylor, Kansas State, Houston. All of these teams have one loss. Everyone else is undefeated.
I'll tell you what.
Post.
In the comments, on audio, if you rate us 5 stars and you mention that you love the live tweeting portion of this show, I will read your comment live on air.
Is that
I
what
will
you're
check
gonna do?
that. I'll check that next basketball post-game show that we do. If you leave a comment right now and mention how you love the live tweeting portion of the show, I will read it on air. 5 stars. Has to be 5 stars. Has to be.
I think we should read. I think it would be fun to read like the other ones.
The 1 stars?
Yeah, but don't give us.
We don't, and please don't put them there. I really appreciate everybody who's still watching today. This has been an absolutely off the rails post-game show.
We got pretty off the rails today, like during the regular show.
Yeah.
What's been more off the rails, this or the other one?
The other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
What were we talking about on the other one? Well, we did hot or not.
Hot or not.
The other one, yeah.
Yeah. Shane.
Yeah, there was another show earlier today
Shane.
that Shane was on. If you want to go check that out.
I was also on that show.
You were?
This guy.
I didn't even realize
He's just so unappreciative of everything. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is that I'm feeling a lot better than I did last time we did a basketball post game together, which was against Idaho State. I'm really enjoying seeing this team gel. I like a lot of different types of threats that they have, and we're seeing that come to fruition. Sanon and Quaintance give you so much to get excited about on a daily basis. They continue to get better, and it feels like these transfers are really making their mark as well. This is a team that can compete in the Big 12 if all goes right. This is a team that you should expect to blow out the bad teams and compete with all the good ones. And they need to continue to prove that over the next 4 games, winning at least 3 by significant margins, and then competing with New Mexico, hopefully going 4-0, and then setting yourself up for a tough schedule before you enter Big 12 play. And I believe that this team can do that, and that is saying a lot.
I think, you pretty much nailed it. I don't have a ton.
That's what I do.
I don't have a ton left to add, but it is getting to be that time. We've been at it for quite some time now. An hour has kind of flown by.
When you're getting goofy and wild.
When you just get silly goofy. Lights are starting to dim. Captain Redbeard, he's cleaning the glass with a towel behind at the
towel
the
over his shoulder
bar.
too.
Yeah,
double towel,
looking at us like, guys,
get out.
Let's get a move on. So what time is it, Kyle?
It's time to close up the ship. Call it a night.
It is absolutely, guys. This is closing time. This segment is powered by NUTRL. Keep it tasty, Tempe. Enjoy responsibly. 3 words for you for 3 takeaways. Good night, lil bro. That is going to do it for tonight's PHNX Sun Devils show. Again, we appreciate everybody in the chat that stayed with us all the way through. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. And if you enjoyed the content, give the show a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You can follow the man behind him at Captain Redbeard at K Coop Sports. We will see you guys Saturday for an Arizona State, Kansas State watch along, and then of course a post-game show right after that game. Everybody have a blessed evening and a phenomenal Friday. We will see you Saturday, but as always, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.